Do you find yourself asking these questions? Am I antisocial? Will I always be alone? Can I ever fit in and feel like I belong? It's completely normal to have these thoughts. One of the most common experiences during the journey of spiritual awakening is feeling alone and lonely. You might start to question if there's something wrong with you. If you're feeling isolated and alone right now, I want to reassure you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. In fact, you should be really proud of yourself. You're one of the brave souls who has the stamina and dedication to stick with your spiritual path when the call for solitude comes. In this video, I'm going to explain why the universe isolates us during spiritual awakening. This video will reassure you that isolation during this process is normal and beneficial. I hope that after watching, you will feel both empowered and thankful. Before we talk about the reasons why the universe isolates you, let's talk about why it's normal for us to feel sad when we are alone. The ego really struggles with being alone. It thrives on constant distraction, noise, and activity. When you find yourself in solitude, your ego might react with negative emotions, making you feel sorry for yourself, angry, or even abandoned. You might start thinking that everyone else is out having fun and living their best lives while you're stuck alone. That's just the ego's way of creating drama and resistance to the quiet moments that the spiritual path often requires. But once you realize that being alone has its own special value, everything changes. Instead of seeing solitude as a punishment, you begin to see it as a gift. You can use this time to reflect, grow, and work on yourself in meaningful ways. When you embrace this new perspective, things start to shift for the better. Now, let's move on to the purpose of solitude in spiritual awakening. Reason number 1. Isolation helps you grow and connect with your true purpose. When a seed sprouts, the gardener separates each baby plant to give them room to grow into their unique selves. The reason for this isolation is that you need space to grow. In other words, you're being given time alone so you can become who you're meant to be. The universe puts us in isolation to help us understand our true purpose. We all have a soul purpose, a calling that speaks to us on a deeper level. But often, we're disconnected from this calling because we've taken on the goals and expectations of others, our parents, friends, society, and even the media. If you're not given this space, you might lose your way, especially if you're just starting on your new journey. When we're always around others, their influence can pull us away from what we're truly meant to do. It's important to be alone and step back from people and activities so you can connect with the deepest part of yourself. When you're alone, you can hear your own thoughts better. This is your opportunity to truly listen to what your inner self is trying to tell you. During this stage of your spiritual awakening, it can also be hard to have friends because you're going through changes. This is a time when you're discovering who you really are and what's true for you, compared to what's false. So, embrace the feelings, thoughts, and experiences that come with this solitude. Whether it's revelations, inspiration, or even moments of sadness, all of it is part of the process. As you begin to grow and connect with your true purpose, you'll also start to notice shifts in how you value relationships. The time spent in isolation not only helps you understand yourself better, but it also transforms how you perceive the people in your life. This leads to the next important reason. Reason number 2. Solitude helps you deeply appreciate true connections, understand your worth, and set personal boundaries. When you're constantly surrounded by people, it's easy to take relationships for granted. You might not fully appreciate the value of a good relationship because social interactions are so plentiful. However, when you've spent time alone, you begin to understand the deep longing for real connection. After a period of isolation, finding someone who truly connects with your soul becomes a cherished experience. You don't just appreciate them, you treasure them. This newfound appreciation makes you a more thoughtful, caring, and loving partner or friend. Furthermore, being alone grants you the wisdom to recognize what you truly deserve in your life. During your time of solitude, you've developed a strong sense of self-respect. Now that you understand your worth, you're not willing to let anyone diminish it. You find it easier to choose solitude over being with the wrong person. By setting clear boundaries and refusing to tolerate disrespect, your relationships become more balanced, filled with mutual respect and love. The process of awakening is also about embracing the profound changes that come with your personal growth. Which brings us to the next reason. Reason number 3. Being alone is part of the change you need to experience. Eventually, the spiritual awakening process leads to letting go of almost everything. This path isn't simple or straightforward. It has many ups and downs. As you go through this phase of isolation, your old goals and desires, shaped by ego and external influences, might begin to change. The ambitions you once had might not seem as important or relevant as they did before. This shift in priorities is a natural part of your growth and transformation. For example, you might have been driven by a desire for material success or societal approval. But as you grow, you may find that personal fulfillment, creativity, or meaningful relationships become more important to you. During this time, you may notice that some friendships and relationships begin to fade. This can be challenging, but it's often a sign that you are growing and changing. Friends who were once close may no longer share your new interests or values. This doesn't mean the relationships were bad, but rather that you are evolving and may need to connect with new people who align better with your current self. Isolation can also open doors to new opportunities. When you're not distracted by the expectations and influences of others, you can more clearly see and pursue new paths. As you grow and change on the inside, you might also find yourself on a new physical path you never imagined. You might end up traveling the world, even if it seems financially impossible. Life, or the universe, has a way of guiding you exactly where you need to be. The universe isolates you to help you focus on yourself, reevaluate your goals, and prepare for new experiences and opportunities. Your ambitions might shift, friends may drift away, and even things you once loved could no longer be part of your life. You could move to a different city or country, discover a hidden talent or ability, or change your job or career. So many surprising things can happen. As you grow spiritually, you'll start to see that this period of being alone was one of the best things that happened to you. One day, you'll look back and feel thankful and maybe even amazed at how much it helped you. There will come a time when you're ready to step back into the world and engage with others again. But until then, your main focus should be on yourself. Listen to what life is guiding you to do and follow those instructions carefully. One day, everything will make so much more sense, and that's a promise I can confidently make to you. If you're still watching the video, I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences about solitude in the comments section. Please support our channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you very much. Take care. If you found this video helpful, you'll definitely want to check out these videos.